So you already know who it is. Talks with Ty's back. I just want to thank you so much for tuning in today, and I want to thank my guest, Devon Milan. I don't even know where to start to begin with just like the introduction of like this creative like woman. You know what I mean? I've heard so much about you. I've seen so much of your work, with so many different like celebrity artists, Meek Mill, Tiana Taylor. You know what I mean? I feel like it's so many more, like Rihanna. It's the list, I feel like, can go on. So, and for me, when I see just young entrepreneurs and creatives just really, living in a limelight, it's such inspiration for me. So I first just definitely just want to just thank you for being here today. You looking good. You always looking good. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's always giving that for me. But before we even get into the thing, Devin was like, listen, we gonna get up in here. We gonna have to start it off right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give her the honors because she said she can do this better than me.
Oh yeah, I'm a professional.
Okay.
Definitely a professional.
Okay.
So I want to give you guys a little lesson.
What you gonna show us that we don't know?
So I was told to avoid the bottle from exploding.
Right.
You hold it on a 45-degree angle. So
Okay.
that's the reason why we get all that. So we wanna.
Okay.
We wanna
See what you got.
I think I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if I got insurance. I mean.
All right, so listen, we going.
I don't know. We're gonna see what you got, but I got your glass ready though.
I'm a Prosecco girl.
Okay.
Prosecco is literally.
Okay. It's a little frosted, by the way, y'all. So I don't know if it's gonna be ice or liquid coming out. Okay. Oh. Okay, there we go. That's the sound of new money. Okay, there you go, baby.
And then you hold it on an angle to pour.
Yeah, okay, that's real sophisticated.
These are cute.
Okay, I got you. Real sophisticated. You want some more? I feel like you need some more. You need some tall glasses. You know what I mean?
They're very tall glasses.
I don't know how much you're trying to drink.
We want. This is a good.
You know what I mean?
Interview.
But we can get into it if you want. You let me know when.
Right,
that's good. That's good.
Perfect.
So we had to let's toast. Let's
Cheers.
toast. Cheers.
Health
Okay.
and wealth.
Yes, health and wealth.
New
New
friends.
success. Yes. Let me take a little sip of that.
Pinkies up.
You have to. All right, now let's really get into it. So like, I really wanted to know like, styling, creative directing, like where, in your life story did that start for you? Because I feel like starting out, even like after we graduate high school, it's so many things that we're just not really sure about.
Mm-hmm.
Some things that we naturally gravitate to, you know what I mean? And it's just some things you're like, okay, I'm gonna just do this just for money or whatever. But like, how did you know, like, this was where you wanted to start?
Well, I actually grew up in the rag business. I was a rag baby. My parents were celebrity designers.
I've read that.
Yeah,
they were,
so
with TLC.
Yeah, even dating before that. So my dad, he was dual. I'm gonna be honest. My dad's from South Philly. He was a drug dealer. He opened up an auto boutique business where he would customize cars for the drug dealers, so for the Black Mafia, the JBM, other politician and well-established people.
Right.
So eventually, he owned a shoe store as well, but he would literally kit out cars. So he'll put the Gucci in the cars with the BBM rims or whatever.
Yeah.
And eventually, people wanted to get their clothes to match.
Wow.
And my mom was also, they had a partnership. They worked together. So my mom went to Harlem.
Oh, wow.
She pulled up on Dapper Dan on 125th.
Period.
And literally bought them out. She came out there with $10,000 in cash and said, I want this, and this.
Oh, whoa, wait, it was the 10,000 for me. Like...
Yeah, I mean, at that time, that was the late 80s. So, she came up there, she put the money down, and she went back to Philly, made the phone call, and it sold out. So that's what they knew it was a niche for this business.
Yeah.
Eventually, it became a thing. And my mom and my parents, they learned the trade, and they opened up a store on South Street.
Wow.
Around the time that I was born, they would make custom clothing for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was around it. I grew up in it. I would be at celebrity houses when I was younger. I was like 10 years old at Patti LaBelle's house.
Wow.
My mom used to go to different award shows,
Mm-hmm.
BET Awards, Source Award, Vibe
Okay.
Awards, and she would call me on the phone with different celebrities. So
Okay, period.
I would be on the phone with B2K or Mario.
Mm-hmm.
So, I always knew I wanted to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know my place.
Right.
So when I was in high school, I went to school in the suburbs,
Mm-hmm.
and everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
Living in the city, I was that it girl.
Okay.
I always had the furs, the shoes, but when I went to the suburbs, I was an outcast.
Oh, okay.
So, they didn't really care about minks and
Mm-hmm.
true religion and all that,
Mm-hmm.
So I had to build my name, and I built my name actually with events.
Mm.
I started off with events. I was 15. I literally threw my first party.
Period.
I had my mother put the money up, and I told her I would give it back to her,
Mm-hmm.
double it, and
wow.
I did. And then from there, it just, it grew.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to college, I actually went to school for law.
Really?
Yeah, studied law. I was a pre-law major.
Mm-hmm.
I was a mass comm minor.
Okay.
So I studied film, and I also studied the criminal justice system.
Yeah.
I always thought I could go back to fashion, but it wasn't until my grandfather passed. It was just like, I'm gonna do this for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I left my junior year of college,
mm-hmm.
and I just started hustling,
Mm-hmm.
and I started finding my place in this. And I didn't know really what I wanted to do. I knew my parents were designers. I wasn't, fully into designing, but I love fashion.
Right.
So I didn't really have that skill set yet. So I was like, okay, let me find my place. I used to call myself a fashion coordinator. I didn't know what the fuck that was.
But you figured something out.
But I figured out a name for it.
Right,
it sounded good.
Right.
And pretty much what I would do is I would coordinate photo shoots. I would bring everyone together, and which is now a creative director. I didn't know that at that time. But I would bring everybody together, and we would put together shoots. And I'm like literally like in the basement, little dirty basements, wherever we could. Like we would put together editorial projects. And it wasn't until I didn't have a stylist. I was like, okay, all right, we had these clothes that this girl bought, but what we want to shoot next?
Right.
So that's when I felt like, okay, there's really no stylist in Philadelphia. There's no one that we could really call that can brand clothes and, actually knows the trade of this.
Yeah.
So,
sure,
I went to Google University and I figured it out.
Period. No, I love that, in the midst or just in your journey, like, there wasn't a lot that you knew, but you still figured out a way to get to a place that was comfortable and, that felt you. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like a lot of times it takes like just sometimes a first step, but it's just hard because you really don't know sometimes. You know what I mean?
Fully.
And a lot of times you don't even have like support of people you can talk to. You know what I mean?
For sure.
What do you feel like was one of your biggest, I don't want to say role models yet, but just someone who was a guidance for you in that time and period? Or did you even have that in that time of just figuring that out?
I mean, I would say one thing my parents instilled a successful lifestyle in me from a young age. I didn't grow up like your normal child.
Right.
I always, even if I thought I was rich growing up.
I thought
we were rich, So they showed me this is the lifestyle that you can have with hard work. I was really in the field, like from the fabric producing process. My parents actually speak fluent Russian. We had all Russian sewers. So just being around that production process, seeing them put together the photo shoots, be a part of the fashion shows, and then I saw the lifestyle that came with it. Now I'm at Patti LaBelle's house in the mansion. I'm riding in the top vehicles.
Wow.
They would close down the Academy of Music for us to have dinner. These are certain things at a very, very young age that I was, being exposed to.
Yeah.
And so I didn't understand what it was. I ended up coming across a mantra. It says, once a mind is stretched, it can't go back to its old dimensions. So once I started to feel these things, be around these things, I knew that this is something I wanted. You can't have this as a child, and when you grow up, when you really can enjoy it, you don't have those luxuries.
Yeah.
So I had to figure it out. So I'm not gonna lie, it was a rocky start because I come from a long line of scholars. My sister, she has three think 2 to 3 bachelor's and master's degrees. My other little sister is going to school to be a chemist. You know, so education was very, very important.
Yes.
So by me dropping out of school, you know, I had a, you know, very easy in high school. I always was an overachiever. So by me dropping out of school, it was almost like, oh God, like if they feared me being common.
Yeah,
and
you know,
average. So it was more so trying to push me more into getting a foundation than going to fashion. Whereas I wanted them to trust me, like I'm never going to be a bum. So I knew that at this point in time, I had to hustle and get my name out there during these, you know, beginning stages. So when I was going to get to a certain plateau, you know, I had that work was already behind me. So I sacrificed a lot. When my friends were going to Miami and, you know, buying bags and enjoying themselves as in their early 20s, I was hustling. I was working 3 to 4 jobs. You know, I was doing I would literally bartend until I was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, just so I can free up those weeks. Literally, I would go to New York with $20 in my pocket. My mom had worked for Amtrak, so I was had that luxury to catch the train.
Okay.
But I would go out there and I would hustle. I was damn near paying for knowledge because I was working for free. I was interning, literally like a 9 to 5 almost. I was working for Maybelline Cosmetics and Factory PR.
Okay.
And hopping back home, you know, and going back to work in Philly.
Yeah.
You know, but those experiences, you know, me going through those challenges, one, it made me appreciate it. By me not having someone hand it to me, I appreciated every level up.
Yes.
And that was the most important. When you appreciate something, you protect it. You know, you don't ever want to go back, you know, to that rock bottom stage. So those humble beginnings of me not having that guidance, about people telling me that I couldn't do it, people trying to deter me to other, you know, career fields, only showed me that this was possible. Now I can say I did it and it felt good. That's the biggest thing, being able to stand on it. Like, yeah, I went through all this. Yeah, I might have struggled, but now look at it now. Look at me now, and I can say I did it on my own. So those were like the jewels of the struggle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. That was a phenomenal word. I mean, what I want to ask is, someone in that beginning process, like, you know how sometimes you want to start things and you going at it, you putting work in, and you're doing all these things, but you don't see no outcome or anything back yet. You know what I mean? I want you to tell someone, like, what is it that you did or that kept you going, believing that you was going to make something out of nothing?
Stamina.
Okay.
Stamina. That's a people getting into this game. I always try to tell people the biggest thing that you have to do with anything that you pursue is investigate it, understand it, know exactly what you're getting yourself into, weigh out the pros and the cons, understand, okay, me going into this field, this is what the benefits of it, but these are also the negatives.
That's right.
People come into, you know, these fields and have false expectations.
That's right.
They think, oh, I'm going to do one celebrity job and my name's going to blow up. I work with Kanye and Rihanna, and I still went back home to working at the Gap.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did those things. Yeah, those were amazing experiences. Yes, those things have catapulted me and, you know, put me in certain positions where now I can charge more based on certain things that I've experienced and worked with.
That's
but
right.
it didn't change me. I needed that stamina. I had to keep going. I didn't just get that 1 second and boom, I blew up. And that's the misconception. So I would say is my biggest thing is understanding what you're getting yourself into. Trust your hustle. That's the
right.
next biggest thing. You got to trust your skill set. You got to understand that no matter what, I'm going to have good days. I'm going to have bad days. I might take a major L, but you have to understand that you have that mindset.
That's right.
Anybody can make money.
That's true.
You can make money. It's about being able to keep making money.
That's true.
A lot of people don't have that skill. They could keep it going. They hit one lick. I want endless licks.
I want multiple streams.
I want multiple.
Yeah,
So,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
So people, you know what I'm saying? People, they get this one opportunity and they don't even understand what's beyond this. They're satisfied with this.
That's right.
And that's what slows people down. So my biggest thing is trusting your hustle, knowing that we might have bad days, but I know that this hustle's going to take me.
That's right.
I know that this is what comes with it. Mm-hmm. You know, that's where the stamina comes in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I almost got lost.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to say, Devon, you need another career, girl. It's giving motivational speakers, preachers, something. You speaking to me right now. But no, I mean, thank you for that. Like, I feel like I resonated with a lot of what you said. So thank you for that. What I want to say is, so in that grinding process, now you got to a celebrity, you know, client. Like, let's talk about that glory moment for you right now, about, you know, hustling, and now you making it to a high, you know, a peaking for yourself right now. Because I feel like a lot of times we hustle so much and we don't give ourselves a pat on the back sometimes. You know what I mean? Sure. We so in them hustle mentalities, which is okay, because you definitely got to be when you grinding. But you know, let's talk about some of them highlight moments for you when you got a chance to work with Rihanna and, you know, Kanye West and Meek Mills. Like, how was that for you?
I feel like it almost felt like a video game. You know, I was like, everything is like a different level, mm-hmm. you know, and it's almost, everything kind of worked full circle. It kind of gracefully led into the other. And that's why I said, like, trusting your hustle on each experience and having that stamina, because if I didn't have that stamina and have that mindset to stay in the game, that's right. So many people, they get into this, once it doesn't work out, they drop out. I had to stay in the game. Mm-hmm. So once I had that mindset of staying in the game and having that stamina, I was able to reach each level. Everything was, every time between working with, and it went chronologically in this order. I first got put on, I worked with Michael Costello. That's for me doing free work in New York. Okay. Me doing that Michael Costello job opened the door for the Meek Mill job. And you did say free work. You know what I mean? Free. I feel like completely a lot of people, free. Completely free. I honestly, when I applied for the job for Michael Costello, they turned me down. I applied to be a free intern. Oh, wow. I got turned down. Mm-hmm. I ended up doing another free job for a smaller tier designer, but he was like a me now. He was connected. Right, he was connected. That's enough. We're going to get into that. He was connected, and he saw my hustle. He saw that I wanted it. I was hungry. Mm-hmm. I came in there to be a stylist, but when I first got in there, I was filling bags, gift bags. I didn't do anything that pertained to the job title that I was trying to. Wow. But me getting in there, just showing that I wanted to be in that room, by him seeing me fill those bags, he asked me to be a part of the stylist team. I didn't have the qualifications or the experience. Right. But once you get pushed to those limits and the opportunities in front of you, you perform. That's okay. No matter if you're ready or not, you perform. That's right. And he saw that I had that hustle in me. He put me onto the job with Michael Costello. Period. After I did the job with Michael Costello, this was at the Lincoln Center. I was around Paris Hilton, Chris Brown, Carucci. So that was my first time seeing that this is real. This is real. Like all that free work that I've done just to be here for 45 minutes of seeing this was worth all those hours of doing it. Because it gave me a different mindset. Now I knew that there was stuff out there that's like this. That's right. I didn't know that this existed. This is stuff I see on TV. Mm-hmm. This is stuff that I'm watching on HBO on Devil Wears Prada, and it's right in front of me. Wow. So it was a surreal moment. Mm-hmm. And then from there, that made me so hungry to keep chasing that. I just got that little taste, that little taste of blood, and it made me hungry. Now I became a shark. Mm-hmm. And now I'm going from here, I'm trying to figure out my way. How can I get to working on these videos? Mm-hmm. This is where it comes into your resources and connections. That's right. My god brother is Spike Jordan. Mm-hmm. He was a young director at the time. He just got done working with Reebok. Mm-hmm. This was his first celebrity job to actually direct a video. Mm-hmm. So he came home. He went home and he went to my mom to actually help him source pieces for this. Mm-hmm. This was my time. She said, I don't have time to do it, but you can ask Devon. Mm-hmm. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. Wow. I didn't know what a pull letter was. I didn't know how to pull. And then there's no showrooms in Philadelphia. So this was the gift of gab, me having to have that confidence and me figuring it out. That's right. I had to figure it out, and I called corporate Puma. Did you? Corporate Puma. I called Puma corporate. Meek had just dropped the sneaker at that time, and I said, "Listen, I'm doing a Meek Mill Monster video, and I need shoes.
Okay.
And they were like, well, we just gifted his stylist a $10,000 budget. I said, listen, I don't got nothing to do with her. I need shoes. They said, all right, well, we'll give you $5,000. You can go to the King of Prussia store. We'll call them. The credit will be there for you. And it was. I utilized every resource. So when I came in, they saying this young girl who no one knows, she's walking in with furs. She got literally hundreds of boxes of Puma sneakers. She's got this, and the third, and this was for the extras.
You letting your results speak for you.
It spoke for me. And then that opportunity, them seeing that, it opened the door for me to do Kanye West. Wow. I did Yeezy season 3. And I would say with that experience, that one kind of like brought me to my knees, because that was one of those situations that I never saw happening. Yeah. I just wanted to be in the building to watch the show. I wanted to be a spectator. Yeah. Never in my life could you have told me that I was going to be on the styling team for that project. Wow. And from there, just me doing that project, the world seeing it, opened the door. That's what kind of, I would say it birthed Devon Milan, but that's when the world saw Devon Milan. Wow.
That was a word. You got me speechless, girl. That's a rare thing. No, the other thing you talked about being connected. I wanted to really talk about the importance of networking. You know what I mean? I feel like in a lot of industries, networking is important, but I feel like people don't really, are not as aware, or just understanding the importance about just not always trying to find the biggest person with the biggest pockets, but it's about networking around you. It's about who who knows somebody. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people miss that.
When they say your network is your net worth, that's very true. And it's not about, I guess, just knowing millionaires. I know a lot of millionaires. Doesn't make me a millionaire right now. It's being able to have that knowledge, people being able to put you in position. There's a lot of, if you see right now in the industry, there's a lot of people, not saying that they're deserving of their spots, but I know you see a lot of people that you're like, how did they get here? Or like, what? Like, it's okay. No, that person was connected. What people fail to realize is, once you get into this industry, whether it's music, whether it's fashion, entertainment, all talent is only 10% of it.
That's true.
You can teach talent, but you can't teach determination. You can't teach, someone having ethics, just knowing the business, having respect, having proper customer service. These are certain things that are instilled in you. People, a person, a company would rather work with a person that they know is reliable, that is hardworking, that is a problem solver, that is hungry, versus a person that is just talented. And that's where a lot of people, fail to realize. So your network, when you have someone that will plug you into certain places, that's endless stream. People get so tied up on thinking about the money. Yeah, you might get paid $1,000 for this project, but when's the next time you're gonna get booked?
Wow.
So you just made $1,000, but if you would have networked and locked in with someone, and someone that you saw that you could have been an asset and showed that you were an asset to your team, that 1,000 you could have got that 20 times over. Whereas you now sitting here with $1,000, but you didn't get booked for another 6 months.
Wow.
People look at those things. When I came into certain rooms, I had the talent, but where was my work? This is literally what they said. Where's your credentials?
Wow.
Where was my work in black and white? So in order for me to get that work, I needed a network. I needed people to believe in me, to give me that chance, to give me that shot. And I had to be able to show them. And that's another thing people fail to realize. People get connected. They network their asses off. And then they do all this hustling and dreaming. And then when they get the opportunity, not prepared for it. Wow. I had to be ready.
That's right.
I had to be an asset anywhere I saw fit. So no, I might be new to this. No, I might not have a book. No, I might not have worked with every celebrity client, but I'm hungry.
That's right.
I'm willing to stay here. I'm willing to go that extra distance. So many people get wrapped up in the I show. It was me. I did everything. No. It's about, was the client happy?
Okay.
Was the job done right? Did the client feel good? And will the client keyword come back?
Come back, yeah, okay.
The biggest thing about this business is, yes, it's a blessing for me to say I'm a stylist and I'm being creative. But what's even more of a blessing is to say that it's lucrative. I'm making money from it. I'm making money doing what I love to do. And how I'm able to do that, why? Is because of my network. Because I made myself an asset. Because when I came on to certain jobs, no, I wasn't worried. Of course you want to worry about the money, but at the same time, let's lock in the position first.
That's right.
Lock in the relationship first.
That's right.
These people have endless people that's coming to them. Why you?
Ooh, girl, you got me. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm sorry. I didn't know she was going to drop this much. Sorry. Wow, Devon, you blowing me away. I'm getting hot up in here. For real. But again, girl, you got me speechless. For real. I resonate with a lot what you're saying. I feel like people they're not really aware about the importance of just knowing someone or maintaining a relationship, rather the status of the person or not. Right. It's about being in the rooms, being genuine, being real, like you said, being hungry. And I feel like when you keep those environments
and making yourself an asset.
That's true.
I make myself. Right. You like the song "Irreplaceable" by Beyonce. That's how you got to be. You got to make yourself the table, not what you bring into the table. The table. You got to make yourself in every room that when you're out, your presence is felt. It's missed. That's when you know. So people come into this, asking. No, you got to come bearing gifts. Okay. You got to show them, okay, I'm an asset to this team. You need me.
That's right.
And that's how you keep things flowing. So yes, it's the network. It's about knowing, but it's also about being an asset to them. That's when they'll keep you on board. That's when they'll say, you know what, I will work. You have people say, I've been with the same barber for 20 years. I've been working with the same person for 30 years.
They kept me satisfied.
They kept them satisfied. They did the job, and they are reliable. They trust them. When you spend money with people, you got to trust them. You want to feel good with spending your money.
That's true.
That's one of the biggest things. And so every job, I don't have an agent. I don't have a manager. I don't have a PR. All this has been based on me. Wow. It's been based on hustle, me doing great business, me being an asset to people, me wanting to actually be a team player. Wow. And I was referred to these jobs. People literally, I was out rolling loud doing Asian Dial, and I got a call from a complete stranger. It's Armani Caesar. She's like, I need an outfit for Rolling Loud. I was referred to you. Wow. I got referred by Benny the Butcher's team. Wow. I didn't know nobody from their team, but someone told somebody that told somebody, and now we here.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And that's all based on doing great business, being reliable, coming through. People remember those things. They say, damn, who I need to call? I need a stylist. Let me call Devon because I know she's going to come through.
That's right. Wow. That was the word. Wow, girl. Like, wow, no. I definitely know what you mean, and I resonate with everything that you're saying. And one of the things I wanted to ask you was, did you have any like inspos in your life, or someone who inspired you, or just gave you some type of inspiration in your life?
Yeah, my parents. I would say those are my biggest inspirations. Watching them, they are Black business owners that's been in business for over 30 years. And to be able not only to say that they've been in business for 30 years, but they're respected.
That's right.
My father's 75, my mom's pushing 60, and they're still in this business doing this. Wow. They're teaching me. Okay. I just, that last project I did for me, my dad helped me. If I didn't have my dad, I don't know how that project would have gotten done. Okay. So watching them still do this and, have longevity in this. When I come up, the reason why I don't go by my last name was because I wanted to make it on my own without having a Graham association. Wow. But like I said, seeing my parents do this for so long, still be active, still be, very, very much relevant and still doing this, that set the tier, and they didn't have social media. This came from an era where you really had to do shit for your name to ring bells. Your name rung bells through cities based on actions. So, so now it's like, it's legacy now. Okay. Now I'm the one that's, they passed the baton and I'm taking it to the next level. Now I'm making this global.
Period. As you should. As you should. What do you have next for Devon right now? What's next on the agenda? I know you so busy. What's going
Yeah,
on
I
right
mean,
now?
a lot of amazing things. I
Mm-hmm.
am starting to branch out more. One good thing is y'all will see me. My looks will be on the Rolling Loud stage December 11th and 12th.
Period.
Amani Caesar and Stunner Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm actually opening up in the process of looking for spaces, but I want to open up like Philadelphia's like first real designer showroom.
Whoa, that's gonna be
I think this
big.
is very important
It is.
because as a stylist and even with photographers and other models, there is no space for us to be able to pull clothes. We didn't have that.
We don't.
Philadelphia, because we didn't have showrooms, which was a blessing, it birthed a lot of independent designers,
Okay.
which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But we do not have a space to house those independent designers, to give them proper placement,
That's true.
to give them proper crediting, to
Mm-hmm.
allow them to have those opportunities to place their stuff on celebrity clients and actually have it facilitated correctly.
Wow.
And that's why there's such a stigma between artists and designer and stylist and designer, because that business isn't done right.
Mm.
Designers are just as important as the artists.
Right.
So I feel like I definitely want to open a creative showroom, not only for my designs, but where we can house. I get literally packages almost every other day of different designers wanting to send me stuff for my clients.
Yeah.
So now, I can only use it once.
Okay.
So now I
Right.
have a place where from these packages that I get when designers gift me stuff, we have a place where stylists can come,
Mm-hmm.
aspiring models can come
Mm-hmm.
and actually pull and rent pieces
Wow.
for, their photo shoots in Philadelphia. So you don't got to worry about going to New York.
Wow.
This will be places here, or stylists will have a place, up and coming stylists will have a place for their clients. They don't know. That's the reason why so many people are just going in specific places, because they have nowhere to go.
That's
And
so
in
true.
Philadelphia, that's not taught to us. There's no showrooms here. So we
Yeah.
either go to the mall, buy and return. We'll try to reach out to the designers, but there's really no outlets for us.
It's
They
not.
don't really loan to us at the Joan Sheps and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So I think that that's very important. So that's one of the next things I'm doing is, taking my designing to another level,
I love that. I love
and
that.
officially opening the showroom.
I love that.
We also have some amazing events coming up.
Yeah, go good.
Amazing
I'm
events coming up. So
ready for
stay
it.
off the record.
Listen.
It's coming back. So y'all know about the off the record series. The last one was crazy. Tierra Whack pulled up.
Yes.
Colin Carter came.
Okay.
Cardi Stylist. Sim Santana performed.
Okay.
It was cool.
Well, listen, I just need a little section, Devin, just a little section, so I could just be like,
So,
hey, what's going on?
yes. Oh yeah.
You know what I
We
mean?
definitely have to hit. We need to set that up for sure. For sure. This the tap in with everybody.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what we
You
gonna
gotta
call
bring
it.
this
The tap
up.
in.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we
You
about
gotta
to get
bring
a
this
small
up.
one,
Yeah.
Devin.
You gotta get, yeah.
I can get this out.
If we go ahead, you gotta bring this. I love this.
I got you. I'm gonna bring this. We're gonna call it the tap in.
The tap in. That's cute. Yeah, tap in. We want that. You gotta develop that.
You know what I mean? But any last words for like any of the viewers that's viewing in today, or just like somebody that you would want to speak to? It don't even have to just be someone just being a creative director or just a stylist, just someone who's starting out in their career path, because you've been there. You understood that struggle, that fight, and that hustle. So just talk to them.
I'll share my mantras. Like, these are things honestly that I have that keep me going. I've said a couple of them already. Trust your hustle. Rock bottom builds champions. At my biggest state, at you can't go no further than the bottom now. So rock bottom builds champions. I turn my pain into power. That was one of the biggest things. One thing, whenever I'm going through something, and I deal with a lot, even with doing this, with questioning yourself, with how to charge, when to charge, doing certain things. I still deal with this, and I've been 7 years in the game. But, whenever I feel anger, upset, I turn that pain into power. I use that as ammunition. I use that to fuel me instead of to make me feel defeated.
That's right.
That's another thing. And once a mind is stretched, it can't go back to its old dimensions. Once you taste filet mignon, it's hard to go back to hamburger helper.
Okay.
So, one thing I was saying, I see so many people doing it. They always say, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I get this off the ground to do this. I'm going to know. Be like Nike. Just do it. It's never going to be the right time. It's never going to be the right time. look at this as paid practice. Your perception is everything. And that was one thing I had to change going into this. So many people, when they go into this, they look at failures or setbacks as defeat. No, I look at it as a lesson. It's a lesson. I'm gonna come back from this lesson. I'm gonna bounce back from this lesson. You know, there's so many ways that you got to look at things in the positive. Okay, no, I was supposed to get paid $2,000 for this job, but the client had $1,000. Okay, but you made $1,000, but look how much you learned. Wow. Look how you were in the room. How many people did you meet? How many contacts did you get that those can be another 2,000, another 2,000, another 2,000? So you got to change your perception. People actually hold themselves back, and they're their own worst enemy because they look at everything from a negative perspective. If you think about the positives that you got out of it, even if it was messed up, even if it didn't go your way, think of all the positive aspects that you can take from it and how you can flip it.
Wow. Girl. Yo, this girl be having me speechless. Like, no, but I mean, if someone was to ask me, Tyrone, what is the reason that you do these podcasts? It would literally be, you would be a prime example of today because, like, with me, just really passionate about the career path that I'm going for, what I see for myself, the other half of that is me, highlighting my culture, my people. You know what I mean? Telling, highlighting y'all stories, because I feel like I meet so many just divine individuals, and I have so many just meaningful and honestly monumental conversations like today, where it was like, I felt like it kept happening to me. And it was like, if this is your field, like, why are you not utilizing this? You know what I mean? So important. I feel like you are a prime example of why I feel like I'm supposed to be here with you and with everyone who it will be on this couch. And I'm so grateful for everybody, for you, Sabria, my team, two in the bag. You got your socials back there. I'm grateful. I'm really in because I feel like, when we all get to those high points in our lives, like I'm sure you at a, you know what I mean? You at that pivotal, you know what I mean? But I'm just speaking just broadly, like when we all get to those high points in our lives, it's going to mean so much because it's so genuine. Yeah. We so hungry. And, it's so honest. It's so real. And I mean, I couldn't be more grateful. You know what I mean? I'm just grateful.
Me too. Listen, you understand? People don't get it. I've been in the most amazing spaces. Like the things that I've seen, just being able to say the things that I've done. I've been at Diddy's house. I had my dog at 50's house. My dog pooped at 50's house. Like that is like even though it might be nothing, but I'm like, damn, like I remember coming home from school and seeing Wanksta on 106 in Park, and now I'm sitting here in the green room with 50 Cent, and he's walking up to me asking me if I want something to drink. Those moments are like surreal. That makes you feel good, Those are the things that make you feel good. So, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Y'all already know who it is. Let them know where they can find you, Devon. Because y'all gotta find
you. Guys can find me on all social media across the board: Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, now TikTok.
Now, okay.
No, I just put my little reels up there. Hell no. I ain't get there yet. Maybe one day. I don't know.
You can make a TikTok though.
You can try. I ain't get there. All that yet. But you can find me on social media all across the board at Devon Milan. Also my website at devonmilan.com. You can check out new photo shoots, editorials, and also updates on all of my events.
Yes. Again, thank you, Devon.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to the team, y'all. Y'all already know who it is. Y'all know where to find me. Talk with Ties, because it's gonna be angry. But yeah, make sure y'all stay tuned and just be prepared for the job, y'all.